Gaza City is encircled. We are operating inside it. We are increasing pressure on Hamas every hour, every day. We have killed thousands of terrorists, above ground and below ground. No ceasefire without the release of our hostages.
Israel gave civilians still trapped inside Gaza City a 4-hour window to leave on Tuesday, saying its forces have surrounded the city and are poised to attack. It's part of their campaign to annihilate the Hamas Islamists who attacked Israeli towns a month ago. Gazans were seen heading south on foot to flee the city on Tuesday. Nassim El-Dada is one of them.
We don't know where we are going. We are heading south, as they told us to do. We are walking and don't know where we will go. To go to schools, to sleep on the streets, to sleep at people's places. Only God knows.
The Israeli military posted a video on social media of what it said were Palestinians holding white flags as they moved south in a line. Hamas said the army had forced the people in the video to act that way to humiliate them. Gaza's Interior Ministry says 900,000 Palestinians are still sheltering in northern Gaza, including Gaza City. Some of them have sought refuge in Al-Shifa Hospital. Tents are set up as shelters outside, while mattresses fill the hallways, staircases, and even rooftops. Gaza's health ministry said on Monday an airstrike hit a building in the hospital complex, something Israel denies. Fatia Shabir is one of those living there.
This is Al-Shifa Hospital. A rocket hit the heart of Al-Shifa. This killed the children, the innocent and the poor people who were displaced from their homes. All of Gaza was displaced. Look, the rocket targeted us over there. There is no safety, neither in Al-Shifa nor in refuge camps, or inside homes, or on the streets. But we are steadfast until our last day. We call on God's name every day. We are martyrs.
Volker Turk, the United Nations Human Rights Commissioner, said on Tuesday that he is extremely worried about the situation in Gaza.
And it is really important that a solution is found to end the violence and to get out of this horrible humanitarian and human rights situation for what's happening in Gaza.
The UN Humanitarian Office said services in the enclave are close to breaking point without fuel supplies. The Interior Ministry there said without those fuel supplies, all bakeries in the north were out of service. And Paris-based NGO Doctors Without Borders called for a ceasefire in Gaza on Tuesday, saying the situation was catastrophic for the civilian population. Both Israel and Hamas have rebuffed calls for a halt in fighting. Israel says hostages should be freed first. Hamas says it will not free them or stop fighting while Gaza is attacked.
IDF forces are located in the heart of Gaza City. They came from north and south. They attacked in complete coordination between ground forces, the air and the sea forces. There won't be a humanitarian pause before the return of hostages. Pressure on us will mount. I know that there will be required to make difficult leadership decisions. For me, this mission cannot be stopped until its achievement has been reached. This war, which we were forced into, we won't go back nor stop. There is only going forward until Hamas is defeated and the hostages are returned. We have no interest in having a war against Hezbollah. Yahya al-Sinwar made a mistake and dragged Hamas into a war. The result is the destruction of Gaza and the Hamas organization. If Nasrallah makes a mistake, he will seal Lebanon's fate. We are fighting off each attack. There are around 70 Hezbollah fighters have been killed so far, and we will continue this way. If they make a mistake and drag Lebanon into a war, they will pay a very heavy price. Hundreds and thousands have been left, and there are still some more left. And I think they would do well to move south in order to preserve their lives. On the other hand, nothing will stop us from implementing our strategies to eliminate Hamas. I can tell you who will not govern. It will not be Hamas, and of course, not Israel. Everything else is a possibility. And I want to say one more thing. At the end of this conflict, there will be no Hamas in Gaza.
The current situation is really getting tighter and tighter. So what we have been experiencing for the last month is that we feel they are coming closer to Shifa Hospital, and it's more of that we had many nights where they were bombing a lot of let me say of the neighborhoods near the hospital. So 3 days ago, the Shata refugee camp, was bombed with at least maybe 20 strikes per minute for at least an hour time. So we feel there is something serious happening around us. And then when we watch the news, we feel that they are coming closer and closer. So the main feeling is that prepare yourself to the moment where they are going to get into the Shifa hospital, and then what they are going to do. So it's kind of that we feel they are coming closer. The hospitals are usually protected by the international law, especially that we don't have military groups in Gaza, like obvious on the ground. You don't see anyone carrying a gun or weapon in the middle of Gaza. They might be there near the borders, but there is nothing like they can attack or military camp or something. So all the people here are civilians. You don't see a single gun in a Shifa or around the Shifa hospital. So we assume this should be totally civilian protected places.
הפארק, איפה שהיה הפארק, רואים את המתקנים, עיניים ששומר עלינו, גלגל ענק, סככה, היה פה אזור ישיבה לילדים. לדעתי אילה יורץ לשם.